Hello and welcome to Rockin Reindeer Fossils with the National Museum of Ireland Natural History and special guests Recreate Ireland. My name is Geraldine and I work in the Education Department here at the museum.
Hiya, my name's Jo and I work in the Creative Department in Recreate Ireland. I'm about to head in and see Geraldine now. Let's go.
Hi Jo, great to see you. Come on in.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Thank
Come on in. So Jo, this is our Wonder Cabinet. It is one of our favourite places at the museum because there's so much to see, to explore, and you can even get to touch this real fossil of an antler from an extinct giant Irish deer.
Oh my gosh, and you can touch it. Gosh, that's amazing, isn't it?
Go for it.
Oh wow. Sometimes I like to, when I'm touching things, I like to close my eyes just to get a bit more of a fuller picture in my imagination. But this feels really smooth on the back and kind of bumpy on the front.
Yeah.
And it's not hot, obviously. It's not cold, which you would imagine a fossil to be like, but it's kind of warm. I'm reckoning, if I were to make a guess, that it was made from wood.
That's a good guess, but because it's an antler, antlers are actually made of bone, but it's a fossil antler, so it's really old. Fossils tend to be found like underground or maybe in caves, and this actual fossil that you just touched is over 10,000 years old.
Oh my gosh, that's so fascinating. It's so old. I tell you, I would like to investigate the museum a little bit more. Would you be able to show us more kind of fossils and things? So, because I tell you what, I really like creating things and from things that we might find at home as well. And then maybe the people that are watching this video might be able to do a little bit of a make along with us.
Absolutely. Come on, I'll show you some more fossils. We've got loads to see.
Cool.
So Jo, these are some more of our fossils that we have on display in the museum. So right here are our giant Irish deer fossil skeletons. And we've got the two males or boys here with their antlers and then the female just beside us here. She has no antlers. The female deers don't have antlers.
Gosh,
What do you
feel so small stood next to these. But like, what are fossils and what can they tell us about the past?
Good question. So fossils are the ancient remains of animals that lived thousands, even millions of years ago. And they're really useful because when you study them, they can tell you lots of clues or lots of information about the past, such as what kind of animal was it when it was alive, where they lived, and even stuff like what they had for their dinner thousands of years ago.
Gosh, that's really interesting, isn't it?
It is. And at the museum, we have thousands of fossils. Some are on display, like this cool fossil hyena jawbone that was discovered in a cave in County Cork. And also we have thousands of fossils behind the scenes in storage, like these reindeer bones.
Wow, I'd really like to maybe make some winter-inspired decorations. Can you tell me a little bit more about the reindeer fossils at the museum?
Yes, Jo, we also have fossil reindeer antlers for you to see with your very own eyes here at the museum today. So they are on display on the walls of the Irish room just over here. Can you see them? And the reindeer used to live in the wild in Ireland a long time ago, but they eventually went extinct or disappeared from our island around 10,500 years ago. But of course, you can still see reindeer today in places like the North Pole.
And can you tell me, Geraldine, why does the museum have so many fossils?
Good question. So the museum basically cares for all these important fossils so that scientists can study them. The more understanding we have about the world around us, the more we can do to help protect animals and the environment. But there are other people that use the collections too. So creative people like artists and writers and poets, they're inspired by looking at the collections to create pieces of art like paintings and sculpture and poems. So I'm wondering, Jo, is there anything that you might like to create?
Well, looking around here, I am really particularly inspired by the reindeer antlers that are attached to the walls.
Yeah.
And I might like to try and recreate my own antlers using reused materials at home. But then, because creative people have lots and lots of ideas, I'm also really fascinated by the kind of like what's below ground and maybe creating an actual fossil using sustainable materials. So making our own clay at home. So I'm itching to get started, so I'm just going to have to leave you here. But thank you so much for having me today. I've got to go.
Fantastic, great. Well, I can't wait to see it. Bye.
So what will you need? Gather some things from around you, like newspaper and tin foil, a thin cardboard box like a cereal box, or maybe you could see if you could grab one from a pizza place, some sticks from nature, some paper tape, some glue is useful, and even some paint, and some wool or ribbon to hang. You could also use fabric if you wish. Once I have gathered all my materials, I then scrunch up the newspaper to create a head-like shape like a reindeer. I used masking tape or packing tape to help me form my structure. I then make the antlers from tin foil. This is another great sculpting material. I also toyed with the ideas of using sticks that I found in the park for the antlers as well. Once I've got a shape that I like, I then secure it to my plaque, or in this case, my pizza box. To add a little bit more interest and texture, I then wrap the antlers with some wool, give the head of the reindeer a little coat of white paint to give it a more bone-like feel. And then around the edge of my piece, I cover the plaque in PVA glue and add some coffee sack to give it a bit more of a kind of rustic feel, but you might want to choose a different material. One thing I learned when I was in the museum, that both male and female reindeers have antlers, and this is so they can find food under the snow like moss. So once you have all of your ingredients measured out, let's do a quick reminder. 1 cup of coffee, 1 cup of flour, half a cup of salt and half a cup of cold coffee. Pop them all into the bowl and give them a good mix. I started using a spatula, but actually found that I preferred to use my hands. When you feel like the consistency is good and it's all bound together, then you can start making shapes with your clay. I rolled a ball and then squashed it down into a little patty shape. I then pop my parchment down onto the table, pushed in my toys or the shells or sticks, whichever you fancy. And if you did want to turn it into a decoration, you might want to add a hole to hang it at this stage. You could also use your stick for a little bit of excavation. Once you've moulded it, it will take about 48 hours to dry.
Thanks for joining us today, Jo. It was great to have you here at the museum. I hope you enjoyed it.
I had a wonderful time. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, thanks everybody as well at home for joining in our video today, and we hope it's inspired you as well.
Yeah, and if you want to share with us any of your reindeer plaques or even your winter-inspired decorations made from sustainable clay, if you would like to share what you've created on our social media, and also if you've created something that maybe wasn't in the video, something inspired by nature, then also share those with us on...
Please email educationnh@museum.ie, and you can also tag the museums or Recreate Ireland social media channels. And I think that is everything for now, except that we will also have the ingredients for the clay up on our website, okay? So that's everything now, guys. Thanks again, and we'll hopefully see you again soon.